This is Habitica, a task planner website that is unique in terms of task gamification. We were testing Habitica to see if there's any problem with the website in terms of usability and design. The aim for this testing is to identify the usability problems in this website and give a best recommendation with respect to the website design. Testing was performed in 2 different environments. 5 participants were tested in the lab with an eye tracking tool to capture gaze and heat map data. The other 10 were tested outside the lab with virus environment. Each participant were given 6 usage scenarios, and each serves as a purpose to highlight some of the key functions of the website. All visual and audio data was recorded with participant consent. The recording will be used to analyze and highlight some of the website's key findings and issues. Here are the list of the scenarios. The first scenario was added 3 different kinds of tasks to habit, dailies, and to-dos. It has been designed to see if the participant can correctly understand the difference between these 3. As we anticipated, about 3/3 of the participants put tasks into 1 category, but surprisingly, we found the participant took more time completing this task because of the overwhelming numbers of the options they need to adjust. Also, it was hard for the participants to move tasks when they made a mistake.
Can I move it? No? That's shitty. That's bad.
Actually, my mind moved this one here. You can do that?
You can try again.
So you can't? Okay. That's sad.
If I can't move these to different like that, okay, that doesn't make sense. If they drop and drag functionality, you should be able to drop it, and it doesn't tell me that. Okay, it tells me on the cursor that I can't move it there. I would like a feature you can change it from a to-do to a daily easier.
The second scenario was about marking the habits. Participant was supposed to click twice minus button as negative behaviors and 4 times for the positive ones. This is one of the highlight features from the website, but many users didn't seem to understand. The completion rate was only 53% and 9 participants reported not understanding the use of plus and minus button. Example in participant 1, instead of clicking plus or minus sign, she decided to write uncomment instead. She adjusted the positive and negative buttons but didn't understand what it did.
Yeah, but I don't know where I can put down like, so I just put in the notes if I.
Okay, then. Oh, you're not typing. Should click first.
Yeah.
Another example for participant 7, he solved that he needed to create new habits first and didn't realize the predefined options. He only understood the use of plus and minus after creating a new one.
Mark this behavior. Okay, and I mark it as a. Okay. Oh, that it means when I put the habits and then I do it. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, in the first place, it's a bit of a confusing, but that's cool. Yeah. So every time I do it, and then I'll get reward. And how if I lose healthy? Okay, so it tells me to keep doing these positive habits. Okay, that's cool.
The third scenario requires participants to click on Invite Friends on top right part of the page and invite another user to their party. 5 out of 15 participants requires assistance for task completion and had confusion about the buttons. Example like participant 15, which saw the chat box with the message invite. Participant 1 also experienced the same issue by navigating the whole page, as shown by the gaze plot. As you can see, participant 1 was busy navigating the page in search of the right button. Fourth scenario was about starting a quest and fight against the monster together. It turned out that many participants couldn't understand the concept of quest inside of the planner. 8 participants couldn't finish the task without the help from the facilitator. From the findings, you can see that participant 2 had a difficult time finding the button, which was located in the bottom of the page.
I pressed this. So should I send the invite again? Because I'm not sure how to go.
Yeah. Okay. So it'll be under party. So when you go to the party tab, try to find somewhere you can start a quest.
What?
Yeah, I know. That's very confusing, which is why we're testing it.
Yeah.
Sort of something good to add.
That's really bad. And also, what is this? Yeah, they should definitely be somewhere else. Okay, start a quest. invite. I wanna do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a long-term thing.
Another example is from participant 13. He navigated to the top-up menu and found the quest menu, assuming that you have to buy something in order to start a quest. Here on the image, we can see the gaze pattern of participant 2. As you can see, she is confused about the location of the start a quest button because it was not visible on top and located in the bottom of the screen. Therefore, she must scroll to find it. The fifth scenario is about joining a challenge that others have created. This task didn't have any major issues. However, some participants had confusion between my challenges and Discover challenges, but most participants were able to quickly find where to look for challenge. This task had highest completion rate of 100%. The sixth in the last scenario was getting help or instruction from the website. As a task planner, Habitica has unusual features with a lot of gimmicks and RPG-like additions, such as health, pet, and items. All of these can be confusing. A good documentation needs to be accessible for the users. 80% of the participants could easily locate the help menu on the top navigation bar to the left. All those findings that we have collected and analysis lead us to formulating some solutions to mitigate this problem. Here are some of the few recommendations for Habitica's website. The virus game mechanism used in Habitica should be explained clearly in a tutorial. Tutorial should be presented to the user in the onboarding stage when they first use the system. If a tutorial cannot be displayed when they first use the system, then the game mechanism should be limited until the user gets more experience with the game and the interface. Provide more instructions to additional settings when creating a new task. For example, the interface could be explained that the plus-minus button in habits is meant to log positive and negative achievements of this habit, include more words, or provide a help symbol that users can hover over to get more information. Increase the visibility in system status. Specifically, provide faster and clearer feedback after each action. For example, when inviting a friend, the invite button was not immediately clickable after input. This led to users becoming annoyed because the action is logically correct, but this is not suggested by the user interface. Hide the tab menu on the top and include it in the expandable or slide-out menu. Reducing the number of features that are immediately available to the user can help prioritize and highlight the main features of the application, leaving the user to find out the additional features. Provide a clearer entry points to key features. For example, the inviting a friend feature can be presented up front, rather than in a quest or party tab. Place the important feature at top or center of the page, with clear color coding to indicate that this is an important feature. For example, the Start a Quest feature should be in the middle of the page rather than in the sidebar, where both the picture and the background are gray.